It's official. In a move that many were expecting, the New York Jets have made the decision that has felt like it has been a long time coming, as the Jets have decided to change their starting quarterback ahead of the next week against the Baltimore Ravens. And this being announced on Monday gives the Jets the entire week to go forwards with Tyrod Taylor as the team's starting quarterback, as Justin Fields has officially been benched, and we are going to go over all this, breaking it all down, discussing exactly what this means for the Jets going forward, how safe Tyrod Taylor's job is as the Jets starting quarterback, if Justin Fields can get his starting QB job back, and also why New York Jets fans want a completely different quarterback who's already on the roster to be starting these games instead, and we are going to break all that down. But real quick, guys, if you are part of that 71% that's not subscribed to Jets Digest, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single New York Jets update. We have daily videos on the Jets breaking down all the latest news and reports on the team, so make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss a single Jets update to stay completely updated with the team and all their decisions. And they made a big decision today, as there are some changes in New York with the Jets, as Justin Fields, the man who is signed to a 2-year contract in hopes that the Jets would be able to build him back up into a franchise quarterback, has officially been benched for Tyrod Taylor. Justin Fields, coming into this Jets team, was the unequivocal starter on day one. The Jets said that when they signed him, that Fields would be starting. He would not be competing for the starting job. He would be the starter. After that week one against the Steelers, it felt like he was a lock to start every game. Like maybe Justin Fields had turned a corner. Maybe he had changed. And then against the Buffalo Bills, we saw the same Justin Fields of old. Since then, we've seen games where Justin Fields has looked decently solid. And also we've seen games where he's looked like the worst quarterback the Jets have ever had. So with that in mind, Aaron Glenn and the team ultimately decided that Tyrod Taylor should start games going forward, and this honestly does make a ton of sense. Now, this report was revealed by multiple sources, including Diana Rossini, who broke the story, and then ESPN said the Jets are making a quarterback change, switching to Tyrod Taylor from Justin Fields. The Jets, who are 2-8, faced the Baltimore Ravens, who are 5-5 this week. Jets coach Aaron Glenn had said on Friday that he was evaluating everything after his team's 27-14 loss to the New England Patriots. And moving forward with that, ESPN also mentioned that Fields passed for 116 yards against the Patriots, including only 23 in the first half. He has just 505 yards in the past 5 starts, which is terrible. You know, that's 101 yards per start, one in which he was pulled at halftime. The Jets are averaging a league low 139.9 passing yards per game, which would be the lowest in the NFL since the 2022 Chicago Bears, who had a 130.5. Fields was the Bears quarterback that year too. The problem has always been the same with Justin Fields. It's never changed. The man is one of the best running quarterbacks in football. Nobody's denying that. He's got a very strong arm. Nobody's denying that. There are other problems that Justin Fields has. For instance, the man waits way too long to throw the ball, leading to him getting sacked more than any quarterback in the NFL. The year that Justin Fields had his best season in the NFL and actually got an MVP vote, he was sacked more than any other quarterback. Fields holds the ball longer than any quarterback in the NFL. That is a fact. On top of that, the man does not read defenses well at all. He does not throw with any anticipation towards his wide receivers, routinely throwing the ball behind them as he throws where they are currently standing, never leads them anywhere. If he's leading them somewhere, he's just going to throw in front of them to the direction they're already running in. He's never going to have them change direction. He's never going to lead them somewhere, so he throws a lot of balls that'll either result in drops because they're easy for the defense to pick up, or will get intercepted. Now, Fields has been good with the interceptions this year. In fairness to him, it's been the one area that he hasn't really been bad in. The man only has thrown one interception on the year, and obviously his throws have been limited between getting benched and also the Jets being a very, very heavy run-first team. But Fields is not having a good year at all. He has a 2-7 QB record, has the completion percentage of 62.7, which isn't great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. He has 1,259 passing yards and 7 passing touchdowns. Again, just has not been a good year for Justin Fields. Has less passing touchdowns than games played, which is absolutely atrocious. And over the last 2 games, the man has been awful. He has his passer rating of 75.3 with 170 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception over these 2 games. Against the Cleveland Browns, a game the Jets won, by the way, and put up 28 points, Justin Fields was 6 for 11 and had 54 passing yards. The Jets won that game with 28 points. That's how little they used Justin Fields. Special teams had 2 touchdowns. That's why the Jets won, because their special teams won them the game. Yeah, Fields threw for a touchdown. That's great. But at the end of the day, that's not why they won. It just has nothing to do with that. I mean, one of the last times we saw the Jets throw a passing touchdown, I'm not kidding you, before these 2 touchdowns right here was against the Cincinnati Bengals. Breece Hall threw that touchdown. That's one of the few touchdowns the Jets have scored passing the ball this season. They're not a good team. The Jets are not good. They're not this bad, but they're not good. And Justin Fields has been one of the worst quarterbacks the Jets have ever put out onto the field. It's a fact. And I like Justin Fields. I think he's a good guy to have around the locker room because he's got a great energy. He's got a good mentality. His teammates love him. But God, he is not a good quarterback. There's just no other way to say it. Now, he's been decent rushing the ball, specifically against the Patriots, where he had 67 rushing yards and ran in for a touchdown. The man runs like nobody's business. But he can't be a starting quarterback, and that's become evidently clear every time we've ever seen Justin Fields suit up for the Jets or for any team, that he's just struggled to be a quarterback in every sense of the word. He looked decent with Pittsburgh, but they're Pittsburgh. Everybody looks good with Pittsburgh. And also, he still got benched for Russell Wilson for a reason here. And it's not like Russell Wilson was still in his prime. It's not like Russ was playing excellent football out there either. So Justin Fields, he struggled mightily, and now, once again, he will have to look for another team. But he's not going to be a starting quarterback. This is likely the end of Justin Fields being viewed as anything other than a backup QB unless he could turn things around. Meanwhile, Tyrod Taylor comes in and has not exactly lit the Jets up by any means. He's only started one game where the Jets did lose, but it was a decent game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers where Tyrod Taylor looked very good, especially in that fourth quarter. The Jets would ultimately lose after, Will McDonald had probably the best play of the season, resulting in Aaron Glenn's dance, and which was the best moment of the season, outside of, winning 2 games, which was nice. But with that in mind, the Jets' defense ultimately fell apart at the end, allowed a kick that would end up winning the Buccaneers that game. But Taylor has looked better than Justin Fields, in fairness. He only has 379 yards on the year in the 3 games that he's appeared in, and both of them he's appeared in at halftime or just showed up with that one start when Justin Fields was hurt. Now, on top of that, Taylor, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, can manage a game. Sure, why not, honestly? I have nothing against Tyrod Taylor. In fact, I like Tyrod Taylor a whole lot. I do think he makes a lot of sense for this team right now. And obviously, Justin Fields just hasn't worked. He didn't work with the Bears. I know the Bears are a lot better with the lineup they have now, but still, the Bears, with wins as a Bears QB1, Caleb Williams at 26 starts has more than Justin Fields in 38 games. Remember, there's a lot of debate on if Fields should be let go. They made the right call. Teams have passed on Justin Fields. The Steelers, they wanted him back, but ultimately it now seems like they obviously got the better end of things, getting, former Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers in the process, where the Steelers look damn good and look like they'll actually be making the playoffs, where the Jets are fighting for the first overall pick, which you're not expected to get. Now, Woody Johnson also pulled a scumbag move and called out Justin Fields, saying, if you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results. There's no reason for Woody Johnson to make that claim, even if, at the end of the day, I hate Woody Johnson as much as the next guy. He's the worst owner in football. But there's a reason teams don't win with Justin Fields. And part of it has been some of those teams have been bad. The Bears, mostly bad. The Jets, mostly bad. Justin Fields hasn't helped. It was time. It was absolutely time to make this change. I still hate that Woody Johnson made that comment, and I would always root for Justin Fields over Woody Johnson. I still am rooting for Justin Fields, too. He's on the Jets. I want to see Justin Fields do well. He's a fun quarterback to watch, and if he could figure out how to throw with anticipation and read a defense, then yeah, he'd be great. But he hasn't, and the Jets, Aaron Glenn's fighting for his job here. He has 2 wins. If he finishes the season with 2 wins, there's a likelihood where he's a one-and-done coach. He's got to try to win games. These players want to try to win games. He's going to make guys want to resign, want to stick around. How much longer is Garrett Wilson going to sit here and be like, well, this sucks, before he ultimately requests a trade? There's reasons to try to win games. I know we want the first overall pick. I do too. But it's not Aaron Glenn's job to get the first overall pick. Now, Zach Rosenblatt mentioned that this is the right call. It was time to go away from Justin Fields, and now I'm curious if he's the number 2 quarterback as well. I don't really see the benefit of leaving open the possibility that he has to start again, and it's not as if Tyrod Taylor has been especially good at staying healthy, as Taylor is getting older and probably only has a few years left in the NFL, mainly as a backup too. Now, at the end of the day, fans have been quick to respond to this as well, saying, why not just go play Brady Cook at this point? I think it's better to assess the wide receivers with a pure passer than a running quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if Brady Cook gets starts in the last quarter of this year to assess the wide receivers at the pro level, which, again, fans are now calling not for Tyrod Taylor. They didn't want Tyrod Taylor starting. They wanted Brady Cook, who's a rookie. Now, we'll go over that in 1 second, and we're also going to do a full video on that later. But If you have Tyrod Taylor, Joe Flacco, and Andy Dalton on your team as backups, just know they are inevitable, which is a funny quote right there. And Fields should be the quarterback with Cook brought to the backup. The experiment is over. See what we got with the rookie, which most fans would agree with, myself included here. Now, Brady Cook, very, very interesting player. Did 5 years at Missouri. Started 3 of those seasons since 2022 to 2024. He's a very talented rusher. He can run very, very quickly. Also threw for 21 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions in his best year in college with Missouri, playing in 13 games, having a very good completion percentage of 66.1 and throwing for 3,317 yards. Probably should have went for the NFL after that season because he did not play as well as a senior, but still, the Missouri QB was solid and did show that he could be a dual threat guy. Obviously, not really some guy to really be super excited about. If he was great, he would have been picked early in the draft. But at the end of the day, I actually do agree here. The Jets should start Brady Cook. I understand why Aaron Glenn isn't. Again, Glenn's job is to win games, and if he doesn't win games, he gets fired. But at the end of the day, I don't think Brady Cook's the long-term answer. I don't think he's an answer at all. I don't think he's going to show anything. But frankly, there's nothing to lose at this point. With Tyrod Taylor, we don't gain anything and we don't lose anything. Also, I don't expect Taylor to play particularly well, so I wouldn't be shocked if Brady Cook ends up starting around the final 2 to 3 games of this season. We are going to go over that in the next video, so make sure to stay tuned for that whole Brady Cook breakdown and some more as well to discuss future quarterbacks and all that stuff. There's going to be a lot of stuff to go over for the Jets now. Guys, make sure to be subscribed, have those post notifications turned on, like this video. Have a wonderful day, guys. Can't believe in them this year, but I'm never going to lose hope that the Jets one day will be good in my lifetime. Go Jets.